morning. It's 3:30 and it is Saturday the 5th of June, and I'm late down here today. I've been down a few days during the week, do some weeding. I've put in some tomatoes that I had spare from home, some tomato plants and some mange 2 and peas. So it's, as you probably can see, it's absolutely beautiful, and very, very warm, which is another reason for leaving it a bit later today. So jobs for today. I'm gonna try and get round really quickly with that foliate fertiliser using my pump sprayer. So I'm going to use that nettle and comfrey ferment that I'd made, and I've also brought my trug down because I want to collect some more nettles and some more comfrey to make some more, and it makes that sort of dark brown sugary fertiliser. Yeah, so hopefully I can make some more of that, and then I've got it for the rest of the summer. I just want to make more this time. I'm going to weed I've been having quite a lot of the Taunton Deane kale off, so I'm going to weed round there and weed round all the garlic, take some more off, and then give that a good spray in there. That mustard up the other end is starting to flower, and I'm fairly sure, though I will look into it, that's probably about the right time to start knocking it down. So maybe over the next couple of days or next weekend I'll get that knocked down, and then what I'm going to do is put cardboard on top of it and then compost straight on top of that, and then plant the squashes straight into that compost. If I can bear to do it, I'm going to try and clear one of these areas, either up here near the shed where I've got all this horrible black plastic down, or towards that top end where the car where I park the car. I'm just avoiding it now because it just looks like it's that last bit to do. It's fetching out all those weeds and those slabs and everything else that's buried in there, so I sort of need to just bite the bullet and get on with it. Yeah, so it's just maintenance really. I've, like I said, I've been down in the week, so I've done quite a lot of hoeing, and I think you can see, and just tidying up generally. But it's I think it's looking brilliant. Right, if I flip this camera around, we can have a quick tour, and then I'll get on with some work. Don't forget to click subscribe down below if you're interested in sort of staying with me in terms of how this place develops and learning, and I much appreciate it. So right, I'll flip this camera around and we will crack on. Right, if we start at this end, this is these are the squash plants that are going to go in at the other end where the mustard is presently, and I think I've got enough to fill that bed, and I know I've said in the past that I'm going to give about a metre square area per squash plant, so yeah, that should fill the lot. This is the Taunton Deane and the garlic, and I've been sort of neglecting it, so I know I need to get round here and get all this weeded, pull this netting off, harvest some of this Taunton Deane, and then give it a good spray with that liquid fertiliser. That borage is coming up, probably needs a bit of weeding as well. I've put some tomatoes in here. These are coralic, they're called. Like I say, I just had some left over from home. That's the parsnip, and it's flowering, so that's looking fantastic. Looks like a yellow cow parsley, and then behind it I've got some spinach that I'm leaving to go to flower as well. Red cabbage I weeded in the week. Went over with a hoe between them, making sure I didn't cut any of the tops off, and then I've done this bed as well, all looking very healthy. I think I'll spray all that as well with the fertiliser. The beetroots are looking fantastic. The rainbow chard's starting to fly up. All of the Brussels sprouts, even the ones that were chewed away on when I first put them in, have all come back with a vengeance, so they're looking fantastic. I'll give them a spray as well. Yeah, I was going to see what the rhubarb flower looked like, but I think my neighbour's done me or tried to do me a favour by pulling it out for me, but then I hadn't mentioned to her that I was going to watch it go to flower, so no issues. They're the potatoes. Earthed those up last week and gave them a good weeding. This is the cover crop. This is the it's not spinach, this is the mustard caliante, and if you look closely you can just see that it's just starting to flower. Like I say, we don't want it to go to seed, but once it flowers I think we can then go over it with the lawnmower on high and just knock it all the way down, and then just get it covered straight up with cardboard to lock in all that lovely nutritional goodness, and then compost on top, and then plant those squashes straight in. I'd weeded around all the sunflowers, they're looking good. Some of them are just monsters, and then others are just not. Don't know. Same. These are all the same. If you remember, 4 different rows, 4 different types, and for whatever reason we've got some absolute huge ones in there. This is the leeks over here, all starting to take hold and peek out the top of those holes. Mange 2 here. These first 2 wigwams are Mange 2, and that one's peas. This is one of the areas I'm avoiding. I just feel like I need to get my teeth into it. There's not really that much, is there? I just need to get on with it. And then I brought the mower, just give it a quick cut at the top. And I was looking at this earlier, the bees all over this, there were absolutely loads. And of course there's absolutely none on there now I've brought the camera over. Oh yeah, there are. Yeah, beautiful. Right, without further ado, I'm going to get on with some bloody work. Evening, it's 7:45, so I've had a good few hours down here. I've managed to get the grass cut. What was on my list? I've been round everything with the nettle and comfrey fertiliser, that foliate fertiliser. We did the Taunton Deane, the kale, and the garlic that's in there with it. So I'll have a look at that in a second. Generally weeded up the plot, and then at the top end where there's that mess, I've probably reclaimed about a metre wide strip, and just dug out all the weeds and rubbish that was in there, and piled more slabs, even more slabs, up at the far end. I've no idea what I'm going to do with all them slabs. There's absolutely loads of them. Yeah, I think that's it. So I'll just flip this camera around and we'll have a walk up. It's been an absolutely beautiful day, stunning weather, and as you can see, probably a little bit too much sun for the Cartwright. Right, no worries. Okay, I'll flip this camera around and we'll have a quick wander up the allotment, and then I'm off home. So there's all my grass clippings and weeds ready to be mixed into my latest open pile of compost. I've had a crack at this bit here with the killer miller, and it's started to break it up, but yeah, there's quite a bit more work to do there. This is that Taunton Deane, so this is a perennial kale, and I've had loads off it again as well, so I've taken quite a lot of the height out of it, and all of the sort of understory has been chopped out. But yeah, I've weeded all the garlic in between as well, so that's starting to look a bit healthier, a bit more room to breathe. And then just recovered it, because if I don't cover it, the pigeons sit in it and eat everything. The parsnips are flowering. Look at that. Red cabbage is looking amazing. salad, spinach, more garlic, broccoli, raw beans, rhubarb at the end, mixed beetroot, rainbow chard, Brussels sprouts. Down here for the asparagus, of which there's quite a lot down there, but not much of it looks as healthy as that bit does. Lots of onions, lots of potatoes. This is the mustard that is probably going to get knocked down maybe next weekend, maybe this weekend. I'm off Monday, so I might have a crack at it Sunday or Monday. Been around the sunflowers with the hoe, and this is the section that I've been having a go at. So I've cleared it back a bit further, sorted out some of those alkathane pipes, but I think that looks a lot tidier. And then I've just been over with the tiller and just tidied the ground up. I've collected some, can you see in there? Collected some nettle, and on my way out the site I'm going to pick up some comfrey and some more nettle, so I can make some more of that fertiliser ferment. Yeah, what a fabulous evening. Check that out. Right, see you soon. Take care.